Hey everybody, welcome to Straight Up Talk Boston right here Monday night. We got a great guest for you tonight. You're going to love her. This is Shari Debenedetti. How you doing?
Debenedetti, not O, Johnny. It's an I.
I said it right.
I'll make it
first,
sure.
You said it right.
You should have introduced Joey and myself too. We are part of the show, you know.
No, you're not.
Oh,
See, Billy got one-track mind.
telling you, he went right to the guest.
Absolutely.
Like we're not even here.
He's done that before, you know.
You
know
do
why?
that. You do that a lot.
Can I? Since Shari is a long time friend of mine, I'm going to introduce her.
I already did.
No, I'm gonna. I didn't drink any coffee tonight. You don't get nothing tonight on me.
You got nothing?
Because usually I have
Okay.
espresso, right, Shari, and I'm like stuttering. Tonight I had no coffee. I'll be just fine. So shut it.
Okay.
Anyway, Shari, my friend, you had the pleasure of meeting Johnny and
spit
Billy
it
for the
out,
last
Joey.
hour, and he's gonna. It's starting already, Johnny. You want to jump into? We got a beautiful guest here, and he's busting balls.
Well, thank you.
Right out of the
And
gate.
You got a beautiful guest here, and Sherry's on with us too.
And I'm here too.
Well,
we didn't expect Michael Jackson to show up.
well, by the way,
No,
Joe.
you can call me Sergeant Pepper.
Before Sergeant what?
Sergeant Pepper.
Sergeant
Okay,
Pepper.
I could go either way.
That's the size
like
of it?
you. All right, a little. They're gonna start. You see what I got to deal with?
I'm in a good
we-
mood.
can we-
Come
Good.
on.
It's
I
about
don't
to.
know.
Hey,
Of course he's in a
Billy's-
good mood. We just ate. We just ate. We're both in good moods.
Oh,
We
boy.
both had subs just now, right? Nice sub. What was it? A steak bomb?
Steak bomb.
It was delicious too, by the way.
Absolutely.
All right,
Well, go ahead.
Let's get to the
Can
guest.
I introduce my friend?
First, let me say, to my left, your bottom right, Johnny Peasy.
Thank you. That's me.
Bottom feeder.
Top right, Joey Canzano, and our special guest, Shari Debenedetti.
Shari, see what you got into tonight. I feel so
Yeah,
bad for this.
Shari-
Yeah, you better. I'm here for you, and you better.
I feel so bad you have to put up what she's put up for the last half hour, actually. Anyways.
And the smells.
And the oh.
It's still lingering too, Sherry.
Johnny had an accident a little while ago.
Yeah, right.
He's not going for his colonoscopy.
Marco!
Not tomorrow. All right, let's get serious. Can we get serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a longtime friend of mine, Shari Debenedetti. She's been in the paranormal business, investigator on SYFI channel, Travel Channel, Discovery Plus, and I've known her for a long time. We've talked about these subjects a long time. I was a little bit of a skeptic, right, Shari? We've had these conversations. I don't know where you stand, John.
What is a nay?
A naysayer.
I was a nay. What?
That's what I said.
No, you went. I was a nay. I'm like, what is a nay?
Oh, this is going to be a long night.
Naysayer.
This is
Say
gonna be
the
this
say
is
the
gonna
whole
be-
thing.
This is going to be a long night.
Act intelligent. No, you better not.
I might look like you if I act. All right, Shari, can we just let Shari?
Yes.
Shari, when did you start this? Where you from? Give the audience of all 9 people a little bit of input. 10 people of how you started this, because if I don't get this going, he won't shut up.
Wow.
Let's go. Go ahead, Shari. You're on the.
Yeah.
Shari, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So growing up, I've always seen things, heard things, but like growing up as a child, I was always nervous, so I was always, just covering my eyes and just living. But it wasn't until about I was mid-20s, and I lived in North Reading, and there was a house that we moved into. We were just leasing it, and so when we first moved in, nothing was going on, everything was fine, and then halfway through, things just started happening. Mid-20s, and I lived in North.
That me.
Oh.
That me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I did it again.
Troublemaker.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So then, like the footsteps, the knockings, the lights going on and off, like doors opening and closing. It's just so many things were happening in this house. And there was one particular night where I just got home from my ex-husband, which was my boyfriend at the time. I just got home, ready for bed, get into bed, and as soon as I got into bed, something grabbed my ankles and held my ankles down. So I got up to look what it was, There was nothing there. And then they grabbed my wrist, pushed my wrist down to the bed. And then I went to go and yell down the hallway to my parents, but nothing would come out of my mouth. And they actually put their hand over my mouth and then pushed my head down. And then the doppelganger of my ex appeared at the bottom of the bed. And he walked over. He leaned over to me. He didn't say anything. He just leaned over. I have no idea for how long, no idea. But then he got up, he left, and I heard like the footprints in the carpet. And then he glided out the door. So the door opened up by itself. He glided out. Door shut. Everything was released. Since then, I had to go to sleep with the lights on. I had to go to sleep with the TV on, like really loud, because I didn't want to hear the footsteps. So within that process, though, was what got me to, what the hell was that? Is it coming back? Can it hurt me? What's going on?
How old were you when this event took place, Shari?
Like early 20s, mid 20s.
And so that was the first time you ever experienced anything like that? Not
being held down. I've
Okay.
experienced things, but not.
I'm
to
not
that
talking about like
degree.
your childhood or teen years. Did you anything like any experiences in those years?
Seen things, heard things.
Okay.
But I would always just ignore
Putting
it.
aside. Gotcha. Got it.
Yeah.
So you're in your early 20s when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then what took place after that? Did you inquire and did you try to investigate it?
So this was the 90s. So it wasn't like, internet or anything. You just couldn't look up. So my thing was I had to go research, go to the library, try to talk to as many people as possible. But remember back then, people weren't open to talk about this stuff. So you kind of have to figure out who believes in this stuff and who doesn't. But that's when I just started researching as much as I can. And I didn't investigate the house afterwards because once I started feeling okay about it, we already moved out. But that's why I wanted to start going house to house. I got a team together, and we just went and helped people in their home so that they feel comfortable. This is really the reason why I got started into it, and I still do it.
Was that
today?
The location of that, was that where the old Danvers Hospital was?
I did live there for
I know
3
you did.
years, but that's not the
Okay.
location.
Where was the location when this happened?
In North Reading.
North Reading, okay. And now did you tell your then boyfriend what happened and how did he handle?
He knew what happened, and I actually had him, stay over a couple of times because I'm just like, this is like we were all scared in the house, and my brother never even came home. He's like, screw it, I'm gonna go sleep at my friend's house. My father was always away, so it was like my mother and me all the time, and she saw somebody that looked like Abe Lincoln, so that he always appeared in front of her. My aunt came in from out of town, and one day I was sleeping and my door slammed open. I got up and I started yelling at her. She was like 4 steps down from the stairs, and I started yelling at her like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And she's like, "I thought that was you." And then in the meantime, she's like, does your bird sleep upside down or whatever? I'm like, no, I've never seen the bird sleep upside down. I don't know. While we're talking about it, the bird's now flying around the room, like flying downstairs. I'm like, what? It's locked up in a cage. Now all of a sudden somebody let it out. It's flying around. So I had to go take care of the bird. Then my aunt went into my mother's room, told her what was going on, and then things started flying out of her closet. So it's just weird things that had happened there.
But this particular house, you experienced situations like in other homes too as a kid growing up, you say? In other words, this was in your 20s in Reading, North Reading.
North Reading.
Okay, but were there other locations that you experienced these things also, other properties?
I've seen things moving and hearing, but again, I wasn't really paying attention.
Right.
So if they were trying to get in touch with me,
So needless to say, you were pretty young when you started believing in this or accepting this.
Believing, yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Shari.
Quick question, Shari. How much physically could a ghost do? I mean, now you were talking about how it held your ankles and put their hand over your mouth. I mean, are ghosts able to do this? Apparently they can.
Yes, and again, I believe what I experience.
Yeah.
So if somebody else told me the story, I'd be like, but
Right.
because I experience, I believe in this. I also saw this was another ex-boyfriend. We were in a house in Gloucester. He was going outside to get a smoke, and so I was turning on the TV, and he was saying something. So I look back, and I see him like going up in the air, and it was like if you're picking up a baby like this facing you, it was like somebody picked him up and threw him that way.
Really?
He was like 230 pounds, 230 pounds, and he was just lifted up and tossed, and he had some weird things going on.
And what did he say to it? How did you guys?
He was afraid of it, but I wasn't afraid of it because it wasn't coming after me, so I wasn't really afraid of it. So I went over there and I just started.
It was a jealous
yelling
ghost.
out whatever it was, but I was just yelling like, "Get away from him, leave him alone," blah blah blah, and all of that
How did he
stuff.
react? How did he deal with what happened to him? He experienced his body being lifted and thrown.
He was very just scared, like he was just on the floor, just shaking.
Really?
But because he knew what I did, and he didn't believe anything. He was very skeptic, and he didn't believe any of it. Ever since he met me, things just really started happening to him. But I try to teach him as much as I can, and after everything was all said and done, he did believe. He's like, holy crap, this is real, and it got to help him understand that when somebody passes away, his loved one, I don't want to get into details, but his loved one, they're still there and they're trying to contact him. But he would never believe me, so sometimes things really have to happen for you to believe something.
Absolutely.
So
Thank God you don't have to go out there on the dating scene, because when you fill out those applications and you put down like, yeah, I'm friendly with ghosts, and yeah, they appear all the time, and
and they go after my
no,
boyfriends.
and they go after your boyfriend, exactly. Now, Shari, so now are you able to communicate with ghosts? I mean, can you literally have almost a conversation with the ghost?
I'm not a medium.
Okay. That's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a large. The medium.
Yeah.
What I want to know, though, Shari, how does till this day, do you in touch with that former boyfriend? Do you talk to him today?
The one that got.
Yeah, the one that got
No.
thrown. I can't imagine that happening to me and being the same. How did he eventually handle that? Did he ever talk about it with people?
I don't.
No. No, but imagine
he left that conversation with me.
it's hard to believe.
But it helped him believe that person that's very close to him, it helped him believe that it's ghosts are my opinion. But when things like that happen, it helps.
Well, if I
You know what
seen
I'm
someone
saying?
just pick up Johnny and throw him through the window right now, I'd be
Yeah.
laughing my ass off. But seriously, I would be a believer. How could you not?
Yeah.
I mean, so that he was a skeptic before this, but after that happened,
Yeah.
I would assume if someone lifted you up
I mean,
and
he was always looking at me like I was insane for what I did.
batshit.
Now, Shari, did you ever think to yourself, why me? Why am I able to experience this? I mean, sometimes you could say, oh, there's ghosts in the house. Come over. Well, and then nothing happens, and then all of a sudden they're like, what are you talking about, Shari? So, but my point is, do you ever think to yourself, why me? Why is this happening to me? Did you ever think of that?
Yes, but I think that specific thing happened to me because that's where my life was supposed to go. So prior to that, I wasn't thinking anything about ghosts and and all of that. So because of that kind of left my path in a different direction, and this is what I still do 30 years later. So I think that things happen for a reason. So
Does it ever scare you?
No.
So you don't have no fear of that at all. So if you're now, when you go into a house, and I know they have these meters that the energy. I guess it's the energy.
EMF, yeah.
Right. See, Joey, I'm not as dumb as you think I am.
No.
So anyways, Shari, so you go in and you realize there is an entity. We'll call it an entity. See? Yeah. All right.
Not as dumb as you look
Yeah.
then.
All right. So there's an entity. But you have no fear at all. where the people in the house are probably freaking out.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes when you go into these places, are they asking you to get rid of them, or is that the job of somebody else, like a medium or a priest or whatever it is?
So they call us, they contact us, they tell us, like what's going on. We'll go to the house, and usually the first thing that we do is obviously go through every room, go through the claims, and we do the EMF, electromagnetic fields, to try to figure out the electrical stuff. If it's very high, that'll make some people think that that they're seeing things, that they're experiencing things. It's kind of like a fear factor type of thing. So people think it's a ghost or a spirit or entity, but it's really just high EMF. A lot of the homes that we go into, it's just call an electrician, call a plumber, call a pest control, call your doctor. That's most of the stuff. We could pretty much 90% of the time it's nothing. It's nothing.
But then there's that 10%.
And then you get that other percent where we're trying to figure out. So we do disprove and debunk. We go through every claim to try to figure out logically what these things can be. And then once we can't or whatever, we always investigate afterwards to try to communicate with somebody. But we also do research on the house. We do research on the history of the land itself, anything around it. All deaths in the area, even before, like this house that I had my experience at, it was only 6 years old. So it doesn't matter. The age of the house has nothing to do with whether it's.
Sometimes they say if a place is near a graveyard, that could be, or sometimes there's a house that's built on certain type of land, Indian land, and stuff like that. So
yeah, they can always. I mean, that's the thing. Something might not even have to happen in the house. It could be somewhere else, and they could just be walking through and just say, hey, like, I like you. I'm going to hang out with you. And then just stay there, which I think that's probably, we call it a hitchhiker. And I think that's what happened in the house, like in North Reading, because there was nothing there. And then all of a sudden there was something there.
Right.
So I'm just assuming like that's what happened.
Did you think it was did he think it was someone, a relative? Was it his house? Did he grow up in the house, or
Who?
your old boyfriend that got thrown?
No, he was just renting that.
Okay, so
house.
It couldn't have been a thought. You didn't think it was possibly a relative or anybody coming back to see him.
For him, yes.
Really?
Yeah, because it followed him whatever house he went into.
Oh, so he's had multiple experiences?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it followed him. It had nothing to do with the house.
Where is he today?
I have no idea.
An asylum?
No.
Sherry, now, so have you encountered in your experiences friendly ghosts or mean ghosts? I mean, there are both types, right? There are some that wouldn't
You
bother.
have to think about it. Ghosts are like, when we die, there's all different kinds.
Yeah.
So I mean, there could be
there's an
a
energy.
little girl, an older person. It could be anybody. So that's one of the things a lot of groups are doing now, which I can't stand. Is they go in a building and then they just start screaming and yelling, and they're very rude to whoever's there, and it's just like, that could be a little grandma or like a 5-year-old little girl. Why are you screaming at these poor people? You go into a house, they might have lived there and then they died there. So they might think that they still live there. Like that's their house. And they think that you're intruding, and now you're going to scream and yell at them and tell them that they're, whatever. So I don't agree with that. But that's what we do, is try to figure out who is there, why they're there. But yeah, I need the devices like recorders and camcorders and all of that to help me communicate, because otherwise.
Right. Now, in your experiences, did you ever catch anything on a camcorder, or something being thrown, or what have you captured on film? Because that's what people. That's what people.
Yeah.
I mean, when seeing is believing. I mean, you could tell people till you're blue in the face.
Right.
I see ghosts and I've had experiences, but yet, until they see something, that's how most people. I mean, I believe you. You have that believable face, and you're very smart and articulate, so I believe you. Okay.
Thank you.
I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in ghosts.
I do.
All right, Casper, can I get a word in, Casper? Did you ever do an investigation, Sherry, at any of a hospital like the Tewksbury Hospital?
Well, you mean the Nut House?
I don't want to say it.
The asylum.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Did you ever do an
Not-
investigation up
Not
there
Tewksbury. I've done the Danvers one because I lived there.
when it was still a hospital?
No, when I lived there,
I remember you lived there, but I'm talking about while it was a hospital. Did you ever go inside there? When did they shut that down? Do you know?
She was a baby. when
Yeah.
they shut that
Had to be the.
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
any were open when I was.
No, that was still in the 80s. It was definitely
Yeah,
the
I
Danvers-
don't think I was here. I moved here in '84, so I don't think I
Okay,
did.
but you lived. I remember you did live in a condo over there. That was
One
on
of
the
the
property.
apartments, yeah, yeah.
Is there any landmarks still regarding the Danvers Hospital? Like someone told me there's still something that says. Is there something that says former former hospital?
There's I think there's like 2 cemeteries, and the one in the front, it kind of goes in a hill like that, and they say that they're saying that like all the bodies were just
Lumped up.
on the hill,
Really?
and then it goes down. They took all the tombstones down and they threw them in the woods.
Really?
And then they have
Isn't that illegal? Isn't that? I mean, that would be against the law to do something like that. That's like digging up a grave, wouldn't it? Be just as.
I don't know how long it's
Uh-huh,
been
okay.
like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't say this stuff online then if it's illegal.
No, I was just. It's
No,
a long. The statute of limitations.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So my friend who also lived there, we both went in there, and I had like all the equipment set up on this plaque that they had for a bunch of names, and I just had stuff all over the place. And then nothing happened for like just a couple of hours because and then the sun's finally going down, which was creepy because you kind of have to go through this whole like corn maze type of thing to get there. And I was like, all right, we need to like get out of here now. But right before we left, a young man came in through the opening, and he looked like a young John Travolta, I guess. Like the feathered black hair with the leather coat and everything. And then all of a sudden, my equipment started going on. So there's like the flashlights and all the other lights and everything, and like our hair was just like,
Right.
and what the hell's going on? And he's like, I'm sorry, where's Route 1? And we're like, what are you talking about? Where's Route 1? Like it's just right there. It was just a really weird conversation, and so we're like, you should go back. So we were like telling him to go. We don't know. It could be a ghost. It doesn't. We have no idea. But just like weird little things. We went. Like they have tunnels.
mhm.
So we went downstairs in the very below of that main building, the original one that's still up, and we investigated down there. There was weird things going on down there. We couldn't go into the tunnel, but we investigated.
Sherry, why do you think certain properties, the word haunted? Why do you think some properties, have these events going on and some do not? I mean, what do you think it is? Is it anything that you could identify why?
Well, I think it depends. There's some residual. So there's a residual and there's an intelligent. So the residual is there's just that energy that's in a pocket and it's just gonna just do the same thing over and over and over again. So at 5 o'clock you're gonna hear keys. Well, that's because that person came in, dropped the keys, did whatever. You might see their shadow. You might hear the keys. You might hear the footsteps. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a regular thing that's gonna happen.
Right.
And then the intelligent is the one that you can communicate with. Somebody might want us to say something to somebody again, like if they're living in the house, if you're living in our the house, they might not understand that they've passed, and so they're, why are you in my house right now? There's so many different if somebody maybe like passed away, maybe they need somebody to help them. It's this
Have you investigated a home where there was a murder, a violent ending, and what did you find and come up with those type of situations?
the things that we can only come up with is our facts. You know, so like if there's a murder and they want to try to figure it out, we can't give an answer until we actually have some type of physical evidence. So if somebody's, says on the recorder and we get this guy saying, yeah, Joey did it, at least we have that.
Right.
But you can't really go off of anybody,
Right.
anything else. Like, so if there's like a medium, you
Right.
can't, I'm sorry, but you can't go off with a medium. You can't go off with feelings, so we are very scientific. We need physical evidence.
Is there a school or any type of that you guys go to from? I want to talk about the ghost hunters and when you started on that. But before that, is there classes that people take for this, or it just has to come all natural out of the individual?
I know that some people do take some classes. I am more of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have you go to, and this is why I do events, in the area, because I want people to understand, skeptics or not. Like, I don't care if you believe or not.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
Right.
You could be a skeptic. No. Like, I don't care. But if you think that you want to experience something, I have the events for you to come in. You can, here's some devices. You can go, you can do whatever you want. If something happens, go and try to figure it out. See, like if you can disprove it or debunk it, or see if you can start up a conversation with it.
John, you'd think if you seen something like she did with her old boyfriend, someone get lifted up, I mean, how would you react? Would you be like the ghost of Mr. Chicken? and just-
Well, that's a good question, Joe. Yeah, I'd be freaked out. I mean, but then again, it would also solidify the fact that, oh my God, there is definitely something. Because sometimes you say, why do you see something? Why don't I? Now, one of the things I always said when my father passed away, when he died, like, I know if there was any way anybody could ever come back, he would come back, because when he went out, he didn't want to die.
He didn't want to go.
He didn't want to go. And I always said to myself, if anybody could come back, this guy will come back. Of course, he never did.
Right.
Now, my question,
Well, he might have, but you might have not picked it up. Sometimes people are so, if you're busy and you've just got a million things going on, you're never going to pick up what they're doing.
Here's a great story. So when John Lennon, before he died, he said to his son Julian, Julian, I'm gonna I'll try to send you a message from beyond. Okay, he said, if you see a white feather, that's me communicating. Well, when he died, when he got shot, one of the first things that Julian saw was a white feather.
The day he died?
The day he died, yeah.
Come on.
White feather come down like this. That's why Julian's organization's called the White Feather Organization, because his father told him, if you see a white feather, that's me.
So it has to do with the paranormal, his white feather organization?
No. He raises money for countries to get them water and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But for him to believe what you just said with the white feather, he has to be a believer of.
Well, it's just that something his father told him. He said,
Right.
The way I'll communicate to you will be by a white feather. If you see a white feather, that's me communicating.
Right, but if a family member died in my family and told me something like that had happened, I mean, I'm a believer that the day he died.
I'm just telling you what the story is, Joe.
Oh, don't yell at me. I got feelings too,
You're a sick man.
No,
Shari. So here's the thing. Now, so when you go into a place, say you've been sanctioned or whatever to go to a place, and they've said to you, oh my God, this has happened, that's happened. Have you ever took with you a medium, or there are people that claim to be able to communicate with the dead? Mm-hmm. I remember there was a thing on TV. People would go there, and then it's okay. Let's say okay. Oh, he liked pizza. Oh my God, he did like pizza. Of course, everybody in the world likes pizza.
Yeah,
but anyways, but what I'm saying is, have you gone into any of your places to investigate? Have you brought a medium with you? Have you brought somebody that can communicate? Now, do you feel personally that people can communicate? With past relatives that have passed.
Yeah. So I do believe in a little percentage of mediums. You know, there's fake in every industry.
Right, of course. Singers, comics.
So yeah, there's a little bit of fake everywhere. So there are certain people that I would work with, but even some of them, nobody's 100%. They're not even 50%.
Right.
So when I work with a specific person, my friend, I went to a gallery with her, and I brought a friend with me. I was doing an event with her a long, long time ago. I brought a friend with me. She didn't know about the friend, but when she was doing her gallery, she pinpointed everything with my friend that she just lost her brother, and she like said everything. So I was like, holy crap. So that got me to trust her and believe her.
Right.
So sometimes when we go investigating, she'll do her thing, but I always need backup. Always need backup. So she'll just say, you know, whatever. But if I don't get my device going on or something to help make sure that I know that it's real,
Right.
because they even, well, I should say she, because whatever. So she even says, well, I don't know if my feeling is right. So that's good for confirmation for her too.
Right.
So they don't even know if they're picking up the right thing. So why would I or any of us listen to them if we're going to a client?
Right.
I would never tell a client anything about your feelings and what you say. I need backup for that.
Now, do I go into Best Buy and ask them, can I have a ghost detector? Do you sell ghost detectors here? Do they sell them at Best Buy? It's like, you know, when you get on the beach with those things, you know,
the metal
detector.
Metal detecting, yeah.
You know, you go into Best Buy. Yeah, let me. Can I have one of those ghost detectors? Yeah, please. And then you go around the house. Oh my God,
Shari, do you get a lot of calls?
They do have them.
Do you get a lot of calls for your service in the North Shore or in Massachusetts in general? Because I know you work with the show. You're traveling with the show, but I'm talking about, do you get specific calls, solo investigations in the area?
Yeah, I used to. Prior to the show, this is, you know, I did a lot of homes around here. After the show, I would change my name to something else because people, you know, they would like, oh, okay, Shari is here. So what do? They have like a whole thing of food and alcohol, and they invite 30 people because now I'm entertaining them. And I'm like, nope, gotta go, you know.
And
like
then
this
some people try to
isn't,
get
so
you on their
I
podcast.
don't, yeah. What we do for friends.
Well, at least we're friends. I'm not. Look who I sit with. I'm not friends with.
Shari, there's a hotel in San Diego. It's called the Hotel Coronado or the Del. They have a room there supposedly haunted, and you know a lot of times people, I want the haunted room, and you know they're waiting for certain things to happen. I thought about, you know, getting that room, but I chickened out.
You know what? It doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
You know, everybody has different energies. Just like you might not like Joey. You know.
How did you know? How did you know?
So if you came into the room and Joey's all woo, and you just don't get along, then you won't be talking to them. You know, it's the same like with the spirits. You know, if you don't get along with somebody, you're not.
Well, there are
going
days
to
I'd rather talk to
them,
a ghost than him.
You know? So it's the same.
No, it's really fascinating stuff because, like you said, Jared, from the start, from when we started off, there are people who believe, people who don't believe, but you respect everybody's opinion.
Of course.
And I'm curious, I'm fascinated because now I want to talk about the show. How did this start with the Ghost Hunt? Is that the first show you've done? Several different shows. Is it the same one?
It went to Ghost Nation and then back to Ghost Hunters.
Okay, so tell us how you first got on to the Ghost Hunters show, which was on what, Disney or Discovery?
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Shut up.
Yes, you're gonna take advantage of her laughing at me, so you have to jump on the bandwagon.
Oh God.
Thank you, Shari.
No, you know why? Because you said Disney, and all of a sudden, all these like Mickey Mouse and crowd, you know, that all.
Well, Disney Channel has a lot
like
of bad things, you know, a lot of controversial things.
Good.
But anyways, it was Sci-Fi,
so,
Discovery, and
Travel
Channel. Okay, first network, first show.
Yeah.
Go.
So I met Jason, who's the TAPS, the Atlantic Paranormal Society. So they used to have like events and stuff like that. So I went to an event a long time ago, and then that's where I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And so ever since then, you know, we were friends. And when I had my team and I always had questions, I would always ask him, like, what do you think? Again, this is in the 90s, so you can't really talk to too many people about it. So at least, you know, you met more and more people
Yep.
that can help you out. And then just over the years, we just, you know, like we would go to the events and so I don't know. So we just became friends. And then he helped me a lot through some of my
Preliminaries.
yeah, all of my stuff. All of my stuff. He helped me a lot. So, anyways, somebody was off the show, so then they were looking for somebody to come on to the show, and then he asked me, and
You got a full-time gig with that?
Absolutely, yeah.
I remember when you just what year was that when you started on the Ghost Hunters?
2014.
Yeah, that's right, exactly right.
Thank you. Jeez.
I'm getting surrounded by comedians. Like, you sure you're not a stand-up? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Where did you start? You started traveling a lot. I remember you telling me you were starting to travel a lot at the time, and you were kind of juggling the motherhood thing. And
Yeah.
how did that work out? How did it start? Where did you start going, and for how long? Periods at a time.
Well, him being a father, also he also wanted to just be home weekends with his kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out really good just because I was gone throughout the week, and then I
Right.
would come for the weekends, be with my kids, and then I would just go back out again. It was all over the country, so we didn't stay in one place at one time. In the beginning, we used to stay at least 2 weeks at a location, depending on how
Really?
big it is. So if we're doing like an asylum or a prison or something like that, you know, we'll stay longer if the homeowners want us to. If they don't feel comfortable
Right.
enough, they'll say, you know, and that's when they'll say, yeah, call in the priest. That would, you
Right.
know, so, and then we would call in a priest, and
Did you do
And
prisons?
they'd have to exercise the house, right?
the priest will do all of
Right,
that.
right.
Oh, you've
right.
seen that
Yeah.
before, Sherry?
Oh, yeah, he'll,
You've seen exorcisms?
no, it wasn't, no, not me personally. They did.
Oh, but
They
you never
have.
witnessed it.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm there when the priest is there doing
Yeah.
their thing, but not that.
Mike, that's scary. It reminds me of the movie that The Exorcist. Every time I watch that, I get the anxiety. It's a scary.
I
Bill-
slept with the light on for 2 years.
Well, that come out when you were what? You were kids.
Yeah.
That was. What did you think of that movie? Did you think of any?
I don't watch.
You don't watch it, really? Good
I-
girl.
She's
Yeah,
afraid of ghosts.
You know what? I have a problem with the fake stuff. Like I just can't get in.
Yeah.
Like,
What's that? Sorry.
Stay in the frame.
Last time we did that.
I should just say
I was
it.
like-
I don't know why you
Why
do
should
that.
I don't know why I even just yell at you and say, stay in the frame.
Last time we did that, Sherry, we have it on a video, and Johnny goes, "Move to your left."
You know what? One of the things that I think that really made you what you do, the Amityville horror. That was a big thing. Did you ever hear of the Amityville
Of
horror?
course I did. I never watched
It was
it. But
Long Island.
but
It was
she's
Long
not
Island.
interested in
yeah,
that.
but
That's
I've
fiction, isn't it?
never,
No. It's not
People
that.
say that it's haunted, but I personally haven't been there, and I don't listen to other people. I have to go there and myself
Right.
and see things.
But
so I don't know.
I mean, where was the most
What about like
haunted?
The Conjuring? You guys know The Conjuring.
Oh yeah, The Conjuring.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I slept over there. So there's just 3 of us, and I wanted to experience whatever. And you know, I even slept overnight, and nothing happened. So I was like, "This is, you know, for all this stuff." Entertainment. A lot of it's entertainment. A lot of it's embellished. It's just Hollywood.
Absolutely.
You
Of
know
course,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So a lot of
interested
people
in-
like, "Oh, it's haunted." I'm like,
The prison.
We went there. There's many.
That must have been a little spooky.
They're all abandoned.
Yeah.
You know.
Civil War. Now, the Civil War, there were some prisons that were horrendous. You know that prison that was down south that they used to put all the, I can't remember the exact name of it, but there was a horrible, horrible prison. So many people died in it. And, you know, again, people...
There's not too many prisons that aren't horrible.
That's why I said, like, everybody's just like, what your favorite places are? It's the prisons and asylums. I hate saying asylums because of what happened there. But that's the most activities, is you have there's so much energy in there from the bad stuff. Prisons is a little easier for like me because, if it's a men's prison,
Naturally. Come
we
on in.
It's, because you have to use yourself as a trigger object,
Absolutely.
so you go there and then the men can go in the women's, and they'll get
When you walk into a location though, Shari, do you feel the minute you walk in, do you feel something like when you walked in tonight? Didn't you say I'm in trouble tonight when you walked in this room tonight?
the energy in here.
She looked at me. She looked at me.
I mean,
I was doing the whole room
as soon as she
scan.
seen Johnny walk in with a Michael Jackson jacket, she must have said, I'm at the asylum.
I'm so confused.
Of all nights, you walked in with that thing. Stand up, Johnny. Show the people.
They can see it clearly.
Billy, you got anything to add tonight?
I do. Let me get on.
I'd like to
camera
get
here.
Billy's input because
I come from a different school, so I am not a skeptic as far as spirits go. I just don't believe they are loved ones and people that passed. I believe they are demonic spirits, and they know things because they're around. They know that you like pizza, and they know that you like, they know what you like. They know what you say. They can, so when people, first of all, seances, people that are mediums and all that, to me, it's not just me saying this, that is, it's in the category of witchcraft. So
Ouija boards.
witchcraft, all of that is witchcraft. My school of thought is because I've experienced those things. I've had things like that happen to me. So I know exactly what it is, and I knew exactly what I was dealing with because of where I am and what I belong to. I've been a Christian since 1980, and I've experienced plenty of stuff. My girlfriend at the time, who ended up being my wife in the situation that I'm going to tell you about in a second, she was reading the Amityville Horror. And the whole thing was, it wasn't real, and that wasn't. So I said, you better be careful of what you're reading and what you're doing, what you're exposing yourself to. And she didn't believe me. One day she was in her bedroom, and all of a sudden the dresser that was full of clothes and weighed about 200 pounds fell on her. Didn't fall on her, it was placed on her, it was pushed on her. So she got nervous, she got scared. So she also, at that moment, she opened herself to the up to those.
Were you
spirits.
home at the time, Billy?
No, she was my girlfriend. She was home in her house. I was at my house.
Okay.
So when it happened to her, I believe that she opened herself up to be a target for these kinds of things. Well, we got married. We moved into a house in Everett. In the house that we lived in, we found out that the two guys that were living there both practiced witchcraft. All right, we didn't know it until after this happened, but she would tell me, Billy, I opened my eyes and I was 3 inches from the ceiling. I go, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, sure. So I just kind of blew it off. She kept telling me these things. She was attacked sexually in the middle of the night by a spirit, just like you said. You were held. Mm-hmm. Well, she was attacked sexually. She was levitated more than one time. So she would tell me this all the time, and I would say, yeah, Robert, yeah, you're on drugs. One night, I was dead asleep, and as sure as I'm sitting here, I heard her choking. Is what I thought. I thought that she was choking. So I jumped up to look at her, and she was sound asleep. However, I lived in a house, in an apartment that it was right off the kitchen, and there was a window off the kitchen, and you could see out the window. There was a street light. It was there every night. The street light was there every single night. So after I turned and looked at her, I went to look into the kitchen and look out the window, and there was nothing there but black. And this was a big, giant black mass. And As soon as I saw it, it grabbed me by the throat.
Really?
Yeah, it grabbed me by the throat. But see, I was taught scripturally, I was taught spiritually that we have authority over demons and over the powers of the devil. So all I did is I said one word. I just said, Jesus. This thing, you would have thought it was out of a sci-fi movie. This thing went from a big giant black mass, it went and started flying through my house. I jumped out of bed and I chased it. And I'm praying and I'm believing God and I'm telling this thing, get out of my house. You don't belong here. This is a Christian home. Get out of my house. And the blood of Christ, I said, I have authority over you by the blood of Jesus Christ. Because he suffered and bled and died, he gave us authority over those things. So all of a sudden there was a calm. And my wife now is behind me. She says, I think it's gone. Now my 2-year-old daughter was in her crib. And I chased this thing into her room, into my daughter's room. And she's wide awake now, on the standing
On the rail.
On the rail. And she's looking at me crying. And she's going, I think it's gone. I go, it ain't gone. Back then we had those eaves that go in as the thing comes down, you open it up and you stuff stuff in there. I said, it's in there. My wife goes, you're crazy.
I will never sleep tonight.
Yeah. I opened the door of the eaves and sure as a wind blew her hair back. She had hair like hers that long. Blew her hair back, my hair back. And I looked at her and said, did you feel that? She goes, yeah. I said, now it's gone.
Now,
It was legit,
Okay.
for real. It's, as sure as I am sitting here tonight, it absolutely
It's a
happened.
great story, Billy.
no, it is. It's fascinating, just like she said with her boyfriend. But I must have lived a pretty boring life because I never experienced any of these things.
You don't have
And
to,
I think I'd like to.
you really, no, you don't.
You don't have to?
No, I mean,
No.
wait a minute. I don't mean I'd like to.
In my opinion, my brother Ricky was thrown across the room by a spirit.
No, back up for a second. But I don't mean I'd
And he
like
was,
to.
and he was 200 pounds too.
I'm not saying I'd like to experience something horrific, but what I'm saying is I want to be. I want proof. I want to see my mother one day in front of me, and call me an asshole.
But that's not a go. That
What do you
wouldn't
mean
be-
it's
But,
not a
that,
ghost?
but that's my point. As again, I said what I said was, me again from me being from a different school of being
Thought.
taught and understanding. I don't believe the scripture says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. That's what the Bible says. Okay, that's our authority on spiritual things. Okay, so that's the main reason that I don't believe that they are people. Okay,
You believe they're demons.
I believe that they're demons.
Okay, at the
Or angels. He asked you if there were good and bad ones, right? Sometimes you don't know. I mean, what the scripture, Jesus said, be good to be nice to people because you don't know if you're entertaining angels unaware.
So what you consider demons, you consider ghosts. What's your take on his story, Shari?
Demons are in a separate
Category.
category. So how a lot of people they always say like, what's the difference between a ghost and a spirit? There's many different, but depending on who it is, it's kind of more of an opinion thing. I don't think anybody really has the specific answer. How I do it is ghosts are the ones who never crossed over. They're here. They're kind of like Earth. They don't. Maybe somebody doesn't believe in God or something, and they're afraid to go over, or they don't believe to go over. Whatever the reason is, they just never crossed over. And the spirits are the ones who cross over and then come back. That's how I do it, differentiate with both of them.
Now, what's your
Demons is
interpretation of Billy's story? I mean, clearly he's not a drug addict. He's not.
Yeah,
an
no,
alcoholic.
I've heard the stories before. Things like I've heard those stories before.
He's told me this story, and I'm not saying he's lying or anything. I have to witness something to physically see
You
something.
are a skeptic.
A skeptic,
Yeah.
a top
But that's
on
how,
steroids.
That's how you should be.
But when am I
you
going to
shouldn't-
experience something like?
You may never.
Yeah, I
Never?
don't. Yeah, I don't. You're gonna have to
Get a Ouija
try
board.
to get some.
I'll have to hang around with you.
I mean, there's locations around here. You guys should bring all of this to the location, and then we'll try to.
Like where?
I work with Beverly and Lexington. I work with historical
That would be good for a
places.
for a podcast. Following with, could we video something like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We've been talking about doing a podcast at a restaurant, which would be boring compared to something like she's suggesting, right, Billy?
It would definitely be.
I
I could deal with it. I have no.
I'm not afraid of it. I just want to.
The place that I would bring you to is there's no evil, there's no devil. It's the whatever. It's the people that used to work there. I'm sorry, it's the people that used to live there. And we got a lot. I did events there, and great responses. And I think the reason probably is because the woman that I work with, that's a part of the historical society, is a descendant. It's like the 9th generation granddaughter or something like that.
Been to Salem? Did you ever do anything
Yeah.
in Salem?
Yeah.
That must have been some fun.
You know what? A lot of people are, Salem. It's like that in a lot of locations. You know what I'm saying? Like it really depends on the buildings. It depends on each
You should try to get into
location.
Diddy's mansion.
Billy, your voice is not coming through here, so I don't know what's going on.
You can hear me? You can't hear me?
Now
Oh,
I
now
can.
I can,
Yeah.
You shut yourself off. No, I would love to do. Is it possible to do this, Sherry? Because I'm dead serious. This would be a
absolutely.
great podcast. You scared, John? You want to do it?
I'm afraid.
No, because I think there would be a great live. Someone, I'll do the video one because I want to watch Johnny be like the ghost in Mr. Chicken. Remember Don Knotts in that movie? But no, but Sherry, is it possible to do this?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to do it because I want to witness something that you witnessed with your boyfriend and what Billy's telling us he was.
I mean, nobody's going to get picked up, okay? So,
Well, you
I
don't
mean,
know.
you're
Well,
not
Johnny's
gonna get
hoping for
picked up.
that.
I don't know.
You don't. The thing is you don't know. You don't know that. You put yourself. If you open yourself up to that kind of thing, if that's what you're inviting, you're gonna get what you asked for.
I'm not afraid.
I told you that. Words are powerful.
What? But John, Billy, I want to be convinced of something because I'm not convinced of anything yet.
Okay.
What you just told me,
Right.
she told me. I'm not
Well,
saying
you-
you're
you
lying.
You're a skeptic.
I'm not
you're,
afraid
you're
of
a full,
Spare
you're a
pair of
full-fledged
pants and underwear for you. That's all.
Yeah, get lost.
Hey, Billy, now
way.
on yours, and it's never ever happened to you. Anything like this never happened again to you. That was the only time.
Oh, I've experienced other instances.
Get out of here. Really?
I've experienced other instances with demonic situations. Yes.
And is it because
Absolutely.
your closeness to your
Yeah.
religion? Do you think that's why?
It's definitely it has to do with God, the Spirit of God. Yeah,
I
mean,
believe that. Either that or
there are God gives people gifts in their spiritual gifts. There's a gift called the discerning of spirits. Okay, and some people call it discernment. There's no gift of discernment. It's discerning of spirits. All right, discernment is something that you should have in normal life, but a discerning of spirits is knowing exactly what you're dealing with.
Well, it doesn't religious want us to believe because look, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, or the Holy Spirit,
Yeah,
they're telling us to believe
in spiritual
in
things.
spiritual things, right? I
Without-
mean, that's what the religion's
That's
telling
what it's
you,
all about.
right?
Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You understand? So, faith in people think, oh yeah, I believe in Jesus, but I don't believe in the devil. I believe in heaven, but I don't believe in hell. Well, you need to.
You need
look,
one if
you
you're
need
gonna
to
have the other,
You need
yeah.
to learn.
Oh, Billy,
Because
what is your take on Sherry's first story about her boyfriend being thrown up?
I totally believe that was a demon, and it threw him. 'Cause
But
like I said,
why?
He had negative stuff.
In his life?
and it was following
Yeah.
him. She said.
It was,
Okay,
yeah,
so
it was
he had a
following him.
maybe questionable lifestyle.
Now,
Things were going on with him.
My
Got
it.
my brother was in a situation with a female who she was totally demon possessed. Totally demon possessed.
Come on.
I'm telling you, she was demon possessed.
John, what's your take on this? Because
And this little half pint girl, which is smaller than her, skinny as a rail,
Yep.
picked him up and threw him about 15 to 20
Your
feet.
brother?
My brother Ricky.
Ricky?
He'll tell you the story. He'll tell you the story.
What do you think, Johnny? Because I'm a skeptic.
No, I believe there's definitely something to it. You know what I mean? I don't want to definitely say that these things don't happen.
You can't say that because neither one of these two are on LSD. You know.
Do you think, in all seriousness, that the evil that you're seeing just in what we see in the news, if you cannot believe in spirits what do you think is guiding these people and pushing them to deal with, to drive them to do the things that they're doing? These people that are kidnapping children and trafficking them and all that stuff. You think that, I mean, out of the heart of men comes a lot of stuff, yes. But when it gets to extreme, there's something driving them.
You know what song I think of with our conversation? When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place when I lay me down to die.
That's great, Johnny.
When I
Anyways,
go to the spirit in the sky.
I thought he was going to sing. I thought he was going to sing "Who You Gonna Call?" Ghostbusters.
No. Was that a Beatles song?
No,
Norman
that's
Greenbaum.
Norman Greenbaum.
From Malden.
Even from Malden, yeah.
Malden, yeah.
Big song in the 70s.
Yeah.
Very
Way
nice.
before your time, Sherry.
Way before my time.
But
Way before.
getting back to Sherry and the Ghost Bunter show, what is going on?
Ghost what?
What?
Ghost Bunkers?
Ghost Bunters.
All right, we're here with Ghost Bunker, Shari Debenedetti.
I thought he said Bunters.
I thought he did too.
Ghost Bunters.
And he was going to try to get it by us. No. No, Joseph.
I tell you about her laugh is hysterical. The greatest laugh in the world, Sherry. No, before we go, Ghostbusters,
You said
Ghost
Jerry.
Hunters,
You said-
Sherry. I
you
said
said-
Sherry.
you said
It's
Jerry.
off my ass tonight, will you please?
Versus, and Sherry's wrong too. So. Oh my!
See what they're gonna do?
goodness.
They're gonna attack when I'm
Yes.
vulnerable. I'm a very sick man. They're taking advantage of me tonight.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to know when are you back on the show? Is it going on? Is it currently on?
It was not. It was. It was not. It wasn't ever canceled.
Okay.
They so Travel Channel got rid of all the paranormal shows except for us and another show.
Right.
But they wanted us to change our ways.
What ways?
They wanted us to, nowadays everything is drama. Everything is, like, oh, you guys should fight each other, and let's do this and let's do that. Like, no.
For good television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
we're
like-
like, no,
We
that's
do
not.
all that stuff on our own.
Like, we don't, so it's just, they follow us. So
They want you to be a little
we're
combative.
different than other shows because we're in charge. So we go wherever we go. We say whatever we want to say, and so we do all that. Other shows, it's production will tell them where to go, what to say. So there's a lot of that. So that's how we kind of are different than the others. But they wanted to change it, and so we're like, no, that's not what we do. We're actual investigators, and you guys follow us. So we just said no, and then after that, all the streaming services and all this, everything just went downhill. With people were getting fired left and right. So it's not over. There are talks. That's all I can say.
So where do you stand? So you're just in limbo right at the moment.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No, because it's fascinating stuff. Even if whether you believe or you don't believe. I mean, I'm listening to both stories tonight, and I knew Billy's story. I'd never heard that story about your boyfriend. But you must have some other stories too that
I've got
just as graphic. But anything else you want to add, Johnny? You want to?
No, it's been very. I love these type of conversations. I find it very interesting. I'm not, like you said, you're a skeptic. There's a lot of things I do believe in. I definitely believe that there's something that happens with energy. I believe, listen, all we are is energy. When we die, the energy leaves us. But sometimes the energy stays in one spot.
You have a spirit.
Yeah.
You have a spirit
that was-
inside.
Is
you.
that
we're all souls.
Right? We're all
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah.
We are spirit.
is that
and
how
soul.
is that what you believe, Sherry?
Yep,
Yeah.
we are spirit and soul, without a doubt.
I believe
get-
in like reincarnation and all that.
Do you believe in that, Billy?
I do not. No.
Do not.
I
Okay.
do.
I do not. But
Yeah.
I piss off a lot of people because a lot of people I talk to, they want to hear that they're hearing from their family, and they're hearing from somebody a member in their family, and I totally disagree with it.
And I see it. I would, but I have experienced proof, and I would believe the same thing. But that's why I believe in what I believe in. That's why he believes in what. That's why I don't
Right.
ever tell anybody, like, because I don't care. Everybody
Can I
has
just
their
ask?
own beliefs.
Can I just ask? You said you have proof.
Yeah.
What kind of proof is?
There, people's recording, so their voices would come over and say certain things. So when we investigate, we have the devices there recording and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would have the clients with me, and we would ask whoever it was what's going on. The clients would talk to them. Sometimes they don't want to talk to us. They want to go directly to their family member or something like that. So I would have them talk directly. They would ask questions and they would get the answers on the recorder. So it's their voice. It's not like some machine. It's not the Frank box, which is like the radio station thing. Like, I don't do any of that. It's a recorder. It's their voice. They answer specific questions of what the family member said. I wouldn't know questions. I wouldn't know the answers. I don't know Aunt Mary, or you know what I'm saying. So,
but that's what I was saying
know.
earlier, is that in my experience, demons in themselves, the scripture says that the devil can come as an angel of light. So he can be anything he wants to be. He can sound however he wants to sound. They are there. They're everywhere. I mean, a third of the angels were thrown out of heaven with Satan. So they're all here on earth, listening to everything we're saying, everything that we're doing, and that's my take on it. So again, that's why I appreciate what you're saying. I don't agree that even the recording is not proof that it's the person.
But how do you
Because I go by
dismiss that?
Because the scripture says, again, and spiritual, as far as the authority on spiritual things in life is the Bible.
But who's on that recording then?
It's the Spirit.
Well, that's what she's saying.
But what spirit? I just said. I just gave you a whole bunch.
He's taking it as
it's
the devil. It's a demon that's taken over that
Changing his voice to
anything. Understand something. Satan hates you, and you and you. Why? Because we were created in the image of God. He wants to take you out. Okay? So if he can deceive you and push you any way he can take you away from having faith in the fact that Christ is Christ, and he is the one that suffered, bled, and died on the cross, and he is the giver of eternal life for us, the living. Okay? It's our faith in Christ that gives us eternal life. If he can deceive you through sending you off on a religion, like it could be a religion, like it could be Islam or whatever crazy religion that's out there, okay? Whatever cult or whatever it is, or if it's even something like this, if he can deceive you away from Christ, then that's what he's going to do, because he don't want you to have eternal life, because he knows he's going into the lake of fire to forever. His existence is very, very, very timed. He only has a certain amount of time to do what he's doing.
But you're saying, like you think that everything is
religious,
the demon.
I didn't say everything. I said there are angels. There are angels, but that doesn't mean an angel is not going to deceive you. He's going to draw you closer to God. He's not going to push you away from God. If an angel is going to do things that's going to show your faith to be in Christ.
But how do we know you just said the devil could be any form of it. So how do we know that's not the devil doing that?
Because if it's leading you to Christ, it's not the devil.
But
If
someone
it's
Okay,
pushing-
so
if
but
it's
my story, so
Go ahead.
for example, this one specific one. A woman called me in because she was having issues with her son.
Mm-hmm.
That home was her father, so it's her father's home, and then she grew up in it, and now she has it, and then it was and then her two kids. She called me in because her son was having a lot of issues. Things were moving, they're knocking and all that other stuff. It only happened with him. I think he was 16 at the time. Nothing was happening with the daughter. It was always really him. So everything was focused on him. She experienced a few things, but not too much. So when I went in there, the whole debunking and all that stuff, and she was there to help with the whole conversation with we assume that that's her dad. Actually, it was her granddad. I'm sorry, it was her grandfather, and so she. Sorry. Oh, so he was telling her, so and so is drinking, so and so is drinking, so and so is drinking, and and I'm like, what are you talking about? Now he's saying her son was drinking. I won't give names or anything, but like your son is drinking, and so her son was also there, and so and he was like, oh my God. So he got really nervous, and I said, listen, I don't care what you do. I don't judge. I don't care. My job is to help you. My job is to help you be comfortable and whatever. And so he came clean to the mother, like, yeah, I drink. So now he's drinking and driving. And so the grandfather was nervous. He was an alcoholic. So the grandfather was nervous that his great-grandson is out drinking and driving and do all, and whatever. So they did whatever. And now they're fine because the son was like, okay, I won't do it again, blah, blah, blah. And then he also said to his son, which was the lady's father, he was saying, tell so-and-so I'm sorry. And so, I had all of this stuff to show. It's kind of like the reveal. Mm-hmm. And she wanted the whole family over, and the father wouldn't come in because he had a bad life there. And so I'm like, please come in. He wants to say something, like you need to hear it and everything. And so when he went in there, doing everything, and he said sorry to him. And then he was just crying. Everybody was crying like, holy crap, So and then after that, he would go into the house. But he never stepped foot in that house because growing up, it was not good. Yeah. So things like that, they're helping the family. There's this voice. That's his voice. And, yeah, I can understand where you're saying that. But that's what we do. We help families. It's not.
Get some closure.
It's very rarely that I ever come in anything demonic because we have a lot of nasty people, which is a lot of nasty people that are alive. They're dead. They're still nasty. Mm-hmm. So we do get a lot of that. But otherwise, those are the only really things. I'm not afraid anymore because I don't have any of that stuff anymore.
Let me ask you this: do you believe in God?
I believe in a higher power. God, I believe something. I just don't know. I believe the universe. I'm very spiritual. I'm just not religious. I don't
Obviously
listen
spiritual,
to the. Yeah, but I don't I'm not a Bible girl. I don't go to church. I don't do any of that. Uh-huh. But do I pray? Oh my God, please, please, please. Yeah, but
Yeah. So who are you praying to?
You know what? I don't say God. I just say please.
Right.
out to somebody because I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you're
because you know why? Because I've never experienced God. I have to see to believe.
Looks like Thomas.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I am.
He had to put his hands in the nail prints. Thomas was one of the apostles, and when Jesus was risen from the dead, he was witnessed being risen from the dead by 500 people. And Thomas said, I won't believe unless I can literally put my hands in the nail prints in his hands. And Jesus walked through the wall because at that point he was a spirit, and he let him actually touch where it was so don't ask me how, though some things are still mystery, but at the same time.
But at the end of the day, Shari, you have a spirituality and you have faith. You have a faith. I guess that's basically,
You know what we do? We a lot because we deal with many different types of religions and everything. We noticed that if you are not religious, you're not possessed, there's no demons, there's nothing. Everybody who is in a religion, those are the people that believe in demons. But if there's no religion, they don't believe in it.
Back in the old days, when Christ was walking the earth, there was Judaism, but there were these people. There were the people that were they were Gentiles. If you weren't a Jew, you were a Gentile. These people were Gentiles, and they were throwing themselves in the fire and then in the water and all this stuff. There was no religion at that point. You know what I'm saying? Except they weren't Jews. They weren't following after the Jews. they had customs that they did and believed in, kind of very similar to what you're talking about.
But it is funny that, and not funny, but it's ironic that the spirituality, the ghosts and the religion, it kind of intersects a little bit. You know, the demons and the ghosts.
Joey,
What's that?
What's your take on? Okay, so after being here, listening to Shari,
It's fascinating
So
stuff.
what's your fascinating?
Yes.
But what's your belief now?
I want to see it, like Shari says regarding God. Even I have a faith. I wake up every morning. I look up. I say thank you. Who am I saying thank you? Billy asked me many times. I said I'm saying thank you just for my eyes to be able to see, to walk. I guess
But you don't say God.
I have. Of course I have. Yeah, I'm not saying I never did. I'm just saying I'm not a follower as like Billy and I've had these conversations a million times. But no, I can't say that I follow it religiously. No, I'd be lying. I'd be lying to say I follow it on the same level as Billy does, but I definitely believe, like Shari, I believe something bigger. There has to be.
There definitely is.
Yeah, well, at least I acknowledge
no
that.
doubt about it.
I
Right.
will acknowledge. What's your take, Johnny?
No, it's fascinating.
No, I'm saying, what's your take on religion?
Very fascinating.
Do you go to church?
No, I definitely believe in God.
Yeah.
I definitely believe in everything. I'm not as religious as I should be or want to be, but I definitely believe in God. I believe in, I love reading about it. I love reading stories and about
It's
God.
all fascinating stuff. I think this was awesome because
We're gonna sign off in a minute, but I wanted to say something. She mentioned that she never experienced God, and you just said this, along the very same lines, and you whatever. But
No, I didn't say. But I didn't
No,
say
no.
I didn't experience.
No,
I
I'm
said
talking
I
about
definitely
experience.
believe in God, and
right. But experiencing God is something that everybody will get a chance to do. Everybody will. And as I'm going to tell you something that's going to happen tonight. Something's going to happen in your life. As sure as I'm sitting here, something's going to happen in your life, and God is going to reveal Himself to you. And I say that with I say that with authority.
as long as it's a positive, good thing.
Why would God do something negative?
Well, why is there so much pain and going on in the world, Bill? You could say the same thing.
Because He gave man free will.
But still pain. People are looking at their kids getting trafficked, raped, murdered by. I
Yeah,
mean,
and because people are evil.
why? All right,
There's
so
evil and good in the world.
But you can also turn around and say, why is there so much
not
pain in the world?
God's not going to intervene on what He's already given us. He's not gonna step on our free will.
Right.
And He's whether it's an evil man or a good person. Okay?
Free will.
Free will.
That's the key. Getting one more last thing, Shari. When do you think we can? When would it be possible for us to bring out a podcast? Obviously, we can't take this, but we could maybe just follow you, do an investigation. Would that be a possibility?
Mm-hmm.
Where will that be? Will it be local, somewhere in the North Shore?
Yeah, we can do it.
I'll maybe line it up and do a podcast one Monday night. I mean, whatever night, and we just record it. And
Yeah, whatever.
I'd love.
Sure.
Would you like to do that?
I got cameras to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, Shari, this was great. I enjoyed this. I know Johnny he's turned white as a ghost. And
I love him.
Would you come back again sometime, Shari? I appreciate
As long
it.
as there's no like cauliflower or broccoli.
Oh
Absolutely.
my goodness.
She still got that.
That was terrible.
The smell in
pretty
her.
bad.
I still got it too. It might be out there
I'll
actually.
never do that again. Did I told you?
You want to tell everybody what Billy did tonight,
you
Johnny?
Didn't throw it away. I
Billy,
asked you to throw it away. You didn't throw it away.
Oh, it's on the
No,
table.
it's on the table. Stick
Where'd
it
you
up
Where'd you buy it, Billy?
Stop and shop.
Where would you want me to throw it?
I would take it back.
Yeah, seriously.
I'd take
No,
it
but
back.
Sherry
and go,
said
just-
cauliflower was supposed to smell like
It
that.
does.
Yeah, but not.
Not
that
like
was,
that.
was really
Dude,
strong.
That was
That
foul.
was bad.
That was
That
yeah.
smelled like
That
somebody ripped one.
And
I
it
would-
lingered for a
I'd go
while.
right back to Stop and Shop and get my money back if I were
Nasty.
you.
Nasty.
That was. I don't even want to get
You like
into it.
pizza? Do you like pizza?
I like pizza with no cheese.
What?
Oh God.
Oh,
You like
brother.
white pizza?
So what is that called? Pizza?
You like white pizza?
Eats
no,
a piece.
red.
You like red? Oh, with sauce,
Yeah, no cheese.
but just nothing
No
else on it,
cheese.
or
The
you like
cheese-
other stuff on it?
I like vegetables or
Cheese is the
pepperoni
whole-
or whatever, but just no cheese.
Cheese is the whole taste.
No.
Oh, stop. I don't know, Sherry. I don't
She's
know.
lactose
I'm
intolerant.
lactose intolerant.
Are you? Me too. I drink almond milk and lactate milk. Anyways, take us home, Billy. Sherry, thank you so much, darling. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
On behalf of Ronnie, Johnny, and Billy and Sherry,
Oh, my
take us home and
aching
shut up.
buttocks.
I had a couple of drinks tonight. No, I did not. It seems
Too
like
funny.
it,
Too
I've never,
funny.
I've never seen you drink.
No, I don't. I don't drink.
I know you don't. I've
That's
never
it.
seen you drink.
You know what that does?
I had a couple of.
Sherry, you were supposed to see. You were not old
Are we
enough to
still
see.
on?
Did you take us home yet, Billy?
It's on. There you go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Billy's
All
been-
right, you guys. What a great podcast. We really appreciate you, Shari. That was a great night. We appreciate you. Straight Up Talk Boston right here every Monday night on YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. So Johnny's got his little suit on, so he wants to sing for you. God bless you
We
guys.
are.
We'll see you
Come to the
later.
land in the ice and snow with the midnight sun, the hot springs
We'll see
glow.
you. Have a great weekend. God bless.
You're off.